Aliens. Aliens. You know that meme of the guy with the crazy hair? That's what I'm pulling here. So, aliens. I have had now, I just counted before making this video, 9 alien contact experiences. Now, I've stopped recording and making videos of after the fact of these experiences for YouTube. I did that for the first 4, and I have stopped now because it's at a point for me where the energy is meant to be shared in a different kind of way than just this emotional thought thrust at you that I had done in the past. So this is kind of a strange video, and the things that I've been interacting with energy-wise and in this kind of dimensionality of extraterrestrial entities is going to be expressed through concepts that I'm talking about in my videos. And this being said, what I want to explain in this video is something that's kind of strange, but you know, I'm making a video about it. So here we are, and it's how to have an alien contact experience. Now, of course, we are all a different expression, and we believe different things, we feel different things. So what you're going to be getting in this video is, according to me, what with my person is what has ended up creating these contact experiences. And as they've begun to become closer and closer to actual physical contact, not just ships, not just things like this, right? As this has been happening, the information and energy has been integrating in a different kind of way. And so I want to share with you guys something that I believe is a message that I have received that I think a lot of you might feel connected to. So this being said, welcome back to another Vibes and Frequencies video. My name is Nathan if you happen to be new to my channel, and in my videos I talk a lot about vibrations and frequencies, hence the name of this channel. Now what's cool about vibrations and frequencies is that everything is a vibration that's taking place on a certain frequency. So I get to really talk about whatever I want, and the energy of this, like I said, is about the frequency of tuning your vibration to be somebody who is on a timeline of communication with aliens. Now, let's just go ahead and get into it now, okay? Intros are intros, you know what I'm talking about. Let's take this a little further out. Where do I want to... I'm trying to go up this, but it's kind of more difficult than I anticipated. Oh, jeez. So, ways that you can have contact with aliens. The first, most powerful way is to say to the universe, fully and truly with yourself, that you want it to happen. Everything that is taking place right now. So all experiences are being had by you in the infiniteness that is the quantum realm. Now, if you're interested in quantum mechanics, you can check my quantum playlist for these things. But basically, everything is taking place right now, and you already are right now in this moment having a connection to extraterrestrials and having these literal physical contact experiences. So all you need to do, the most important thing, is to make a decision and say to the universe that you are ready for this experience and that you are open to it. Because the thing about alien beings and extraterrestrials and higher vibrational entities is that they are not going to come to you and tell you things or do anything to you, okay? It's not going to happen. You have to do those things for yourself, because that's where this growth and information comes from. So they will only come to you when you say in yourself that you want them to, because they're never going to come at you when you aren't ready. And to be ready is to say that you are ready and to speak it as full truth. So don't just go, it would be interesting to have a contact experience. That would be cool. Really say fully with your heart and being that you are ready for it. And here's a little trick that I want to tell you guys. Believe that it's already happened. Believe in yourself that you've already had alien contact experiences. This is one of the most profound ways. If you can believe and say and truly convince yourself, right? It's a different kind of energy than lying to yourself, but believe that these things have already taken place. They already are, and you just don't remember yet. but believe that it's already happened and believe that you will remember the experiences and they will start to pop up. And then it will just be this chain reaction. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my friend Maddie as an example here. Maddie, I hope you don't mind that I keep throwing you into this kind of information, but it's cool what you explained to me. So, so on Patreon, my patrons get to request personal videos and specific questions, and I'll make the video and send it straight to them. Now, Maddie said to the universe, just like we're talking about here, she said to the universe, I'm ready for alien entities to come to me. And guess what? Maddie started to have entities coming into the room at night and feeling the presence and feeling this information exchange. So this is just another example of how profound this truly is, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and tell you now what I believe was the trigger that first opened me up to alien contact experiences. And it was integrating the energy of a crystal called Moldavite into my own personal being. Now, Moldavite is known amongst the crystal community as being very powerful, of course, yes. But a lot of it has to do with people saying that it has encouraged alien contact for them. Now, the truth is that I wasn't even thinking about these kinds of things or feeling this kind of energy. What was that? That was weird. I haven't been feeling this kind of energy until I brought Moldavite into my life. And about a month after having Moldavite, I had my first contact experience. And I 100% believe, at least in myself, what I believe is that bringing Moldavite into my life was like saying to the universe in this kind of profound way that I was ready for these kind of interactions to be taking place. Now, I have another friend. I'm mentioning my friends in this video. It's kind of cool. I've got a friend named Will, and he's a total genius, like a literal genius. And I had a conversation with him on the phone, and we talked about psychedelic experiences and integrating those experiences with Moldavite. Now, what Will believes, and I agree with him, is that Moldavite is, in a sense, a sort of, man, human words, am I right? It's hard to find them. Moldavite is this intergalactic kind of telephone that can connect you to these entities, okay? And if you find yourself connecting to these entities, you can receive the frequency of information that they want to share with you, and you can download that inside of yourself. Now, I 100% believe this too, and I have had this experience for myself as well. So Moldavite is what brought this into my life. And again, I did mention psychedelics. Psychedelics are a very profound way, but I'm going to get into that in another part of this video towards the end. Because, you know, stream of consciousness, the thought linear is not, it's not there right now. So, a very powerful understanding that we can realize and feel in our hearts that will also help you to have contact experiences is to be somebody who feels and knows the truth about who they are. And who you are is everyone. Who you are is consciousness itself. So you on the other end of this screen watching this video, me making this video, we are a different expression, but we are the same driver. This is our human vehicle suit, right? This is like a vehicle we're driving and our consciousness is the driver. But guess what? Both of us have the same exact consciousness. So we're the same driver driving multiple vehicles, a whole lot of vehicles. Now it gets a lot more intense and more dimensional than this, but simply explained, this is the truth. Now a higher vibrational being, when they are of a higher vibration, it doesn't mean that they have an expanded consciousness that we don't. We all have the same consciousness. They have an expanded awareness of what consciousness is, and that we are all the same one. So they are not going to come to you or do anything to you that would be detrimental to you, because they know that in a higher level that we are them and they are us. So when we're talking about different perspectives to look at this, think of it like this. The alien contact experiences that I have had, I believed in the first few that there were other beings that were coming to me. I since recently had an actual physical contact experience. And actually, I'll share that with you towards the end if you would like to hear about that. It's pretty intense, so yeah, so stick around for that. But I've realized since that experience that what I'm interacting with is not a separate being. I'm interacting with myself. myself from another dimension of things. You could think about it as it's me from the future coming here to connect with myself and shift things in a quantum kind of way and align me with a certain path of who I am. So this is a very powerful understanding and way that we can integrate this energy, is to realize that these experiences that you might be having or that you want to be having, it's not something outside of you that's coming to you. It's you coming to yourself. This is why the most important and profound thing you can do is truly say, oh shoot, hold on, my mic has detached itself. Sorry, guys. The most powerful and profound thing that you could say is that you are ready to interact with your own self in this way. We never experience anything that we aren't choosing for ourselves, so make the choice. It's the most powerful thing. Now, I did mention psychedelics. Now, these are profound mind-altering substances, and they are not for everyone. Okay? These are the kinds of things that not everybody might find successful happiness in. And, well, I'm not going to get into that. But just do your own research and feel what resonates with you. I'm not trying to inspire anybody to do these things. Psychedelics are a profound way to open up the realm of these beings to come to you. Sorry, my camera's all wonky. Now we're back. Now we're back in business, right? Psychedelics are incredibly profound because we have wrapped ourselves up in a box, and this box is a personality. It's an identity. We've defined ourselves and created this perfect package that we believe to be ourselves. And when you take a significant dose of a psychedelic, I'm not talking about just a small amount, I'm talking about enough that, like, it doesn't matter where you are going somewhere else, if that makes sense. I'm talking about profound, like what people call heroic doses in the psychedelic community. These kinds of doses unwrap the box that we've created for ourselves, this identity, and it shows us what's inside. And what's inside is nothing. It's complete empty space. That's what we really are. We are just this moment, and this moment is really an empty space. But what's so profound about this empty space is that emptiness has the potential to be anything. Anything could create itself in there. So when you find yourself on the psychedelic substance and you find yourself in this empty space of who you are, real, true, just being the consciousness, complete ego death, right? There's all these kinds of terms that people use in these communities. But the truth is that we are shifting ourselves to another frequency. And this frequency is of a much higher vibration. So the things that are vibrating in this frequency are now able to reach you and contact you, because again, we can only experience and connect to the things that we choose to. And when you take a high dose of a psychedelic substance, you are literally choosing, by doing that, by physically taking these things, to connect to this space. And so other things that exist within this space of this higher vibration, this higher awareness of consciousness, are now able to connect with you because you have said to the universe and you've connected to this frequency that they are also riding. And so what this may look like for you, what I would suggest, if you are somebody who has already taken these substances, I'm not trying to inspire anybody to do it, but something interesting to do is do this. Go sit outside, away from everything, just out in nature, on a starry night, and just stare at the sky. Stare at the stars, and believe that you are going to see an alien ship, okay? And hold on to this, and feel into it, and I believe that you will experience this, and it will start to become much more than that. And these aren't just hallucinations. These are vibrations, again, of a different frequency. So this is another very powerful and profound way we can do this. Now, I did mention to you guys that I would share with you just a casual kind of thing about the experience that I recently had. I was meditating next to a saguaro cactus. Now, let me see if I can point these out for you. There are all these big saguaro cactuses out along there, and they are alien probes. And I don't need to explain to you or try and prove that to you. I'm just telling you that they are. They're alien probes, and they carry a very profound vibration. And it reminds me a lot, actually, of Moldavite in terms of the way that I feel drawn to the energy. It's the saguaro's very powerful vibration. So I found myself really connecting with them and meditating at the saguaro cactus. Now, what ended up happening was I started to feel this alien presence. And for me, what that felt like is fear. When you are in the presence of when you're in the presence of a higher vibrational being, you'll feel a sense of fear, usually, depending on where you're at. And you'll feel these certain kinds of walls and layers surfacing inside of you. Now, what's happening is that these beings are of such a high vibration that when you come into contact with them, you cannot perceive them or connect with them until you process certain lower vibrational energies and release those so that you can fully connect to the frequency that they're on. So when an alien presence is near you, you might feel a sense of fear. You might feel all these things coming up. And what you need to do is to let them go and to integrate this energy. And this can take time for certain people, especially if you're somebody who holds on and feels the need to fight to stay the same. If you are somebody that knows how to surrender and trust, this can be very quick and very painless. And I've had this happen multiple times. So I felt this sense, and I knew that there was an alien entity trying to connect with me. So I was meditating at the saguaro. I felt these fears. I felt these things coming up. And what I did was I released them, and I trusted, and I let go. And what happened next was actually really incredibly intense, because my consciousness became aware of itself, and I was suddenly from a very profound bird's eye perspective, and the saguaro cactus directly behind me just was growing infinitely tall, like up into the sky. And I just felt this really profound presence coming out of this. And suddenly I opened my eyes, and I'm looking around, and I'm in the desert out here, and I could see the bushes were twisting and doing these really incredible things, and I could feel these beings just crawling and coming out from around the cactuses and from the rocks. And I wasn't afraid. I just was experiencing that as complete surrender. And what happened next was really something. Because I was the alien. And I could feel it. It was me. I was coming to myself. And this was an actual physical touch, that this being touched me. And my skin just dissolved. Not like acid was melting me and I was burning, but it was just like everything just opened up and I was being dissected in this kind of sense. And there was this analog computer within me of information and code, and the fractal plane just kind of warping. And this being touched me, and it was just instant. It was what I knew. I could feel it truly, that I was the alien that was there. And they had these long fingers. And if you're familiar with starseed type information, this is the being that I am is of the Greys. So these are all hip and sexy things that people use to define. And again, it's the definition that makes us put ourselves in a box. So the definition of who you are or what you're connected to actually holds you back from having these profound experiences. So just let it go and just be open to whatever, right? You don't need to try and define things or try and give things these meanings. But it's incredible. I'll never get this image out of my mind. It's just like the aliens are depicted in movies, which really blows my mind, the Greys at least. So that was really incredible. And it was me from another dimension coming to myself. And I opened myself up to that. And since then, I've been receiving a lot more kind of information and downloads. Oh, this mic. Sorry guys, this video is, I'm Mr. Casual. Things look different now. Things are different. But I'm not different. I'm just new, right now. And I am a gray alien in a human suit on planet Earth. So if you want to connect to these kinds of experiences and feel into these things, really the most profound thing that you can do, like I said, is just make a statement and put yourself out there for it. These things are happening to me at this point now. I'm having these kind of contact experience at least like once a week. And it's really intense. And every single time there is perception change where things literally look different in reality. where things feel different and I have a completely different level of understanding. It's as if the dialogue changes. The voice inside my mind that constantly talks, my Nathan brain, my Nathan vehicle that experiences itself, since this most recent experience, the dialogue has changed. Nathan isn't talking about things in the same way anymore. The thoughts are different. So I think that's pretty interesting. So thanks for watching this Vibes and Frequencies video. My name is Nathan. That's who I am being here on Earth. And if you have any ways that you believe or that you feel that you can connect to these kinds of experiences, that if this has ever happened to you, I would really appreciate if you could put it below so that other people might find that and resonate with it. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow for my next video. Have a good one. Bye.